tremendous shape. You're ready to fight Barrios tonight and make history, Manny.
Manny, you excited to step into the ring again?
Yes.
What do you think of Barrios? He's a big, strong, he's young, he's 30. You have 16 years on him, Manny.
Don't worry about it.
Fantastic night at Wembley, and watch a potential catastrophe with Manny Pacquiao, 46, one of the greats of all time.
So what happens when the most accomplished boxer in history comes out of retirement at 46 to chase one last world title? Well, Manny Pacquiao, an 8-division champion, political icon, and soon-to-be Hall of Famer, is making a comeback. But he's not returning for a goodbye tour or a quick payday. Nope, he's aiming for the WBC belt. And the man blocking his path, the 29-year-old fighter in his prime, Mario Barrios.
What's up, guys? So it looks like Manny Pacquiao is going to return thanks to Happy Punch putting out this information. Go check them out on Twitter or X. It says WBC president announces Mario Barrios, hopefully I'm saying that right, will defend his welterweight title against Manny Pacquiao in July. So Manny Pacquiao is returning and automatically getting a title shot. That doesn't seem like a fair thing to happen, but I guess that's what we're going to get. I haven't watched Manny Pacquiao in a few years. Like, I don't remember. I didn't watch his last couple fights, and but I don't think he's getting older. And yeah, maybe he can beat this guy, but I just don't think it's gonna happen. Like, I thought he retired, and now he's coming back out. All these boxers are coming back out of retirement. Tyson Fury retired, and now he's wanting a rematch against the champ again for the third time. But here we go again. Another retired boxer coming back out of retirement for a title shot that they really don't deserve because they haven't been around boxing in a while. Huh. Like, comment, and share, guys, if you want to support my channel. Shit, I can't speak. Holy crap. Anyways, bye, guys.
This isn't just another return, it's a high-stakes fight full of legacy, danger, and raw emotion. A recent sit-down between Pacquiao and Barrios got intense fast, not just fiery, but deeply personal. Let's rewind. Manny hasn't fought since 2021, when he lost to Yordenis Ugas in what many believed would be his final match. Afterward, he shifted focus to politics, serving in the Philippine Senate and becoming more than just a boxing legend. Most icons would have stopped there.
Manny Pacquiao, the legendary 8-division world champ, is making a comeback at 46 to fight for the WBC welterweight title held by Mario Barrios. It's been 4 years since Pac-Man's last pro fight, but he's ready to prove age is just a number. Even Terrence Crawford, the former undisputed welterweight champ, believes Pacquiao can pull this off. If he succeeds, it'll be a historic achievement, as he last held a world title in 2019. This summer showdown against the 29-year-old Barrios is set to be a thrilling event.
Now, 3 years later, and just weeks before his Hall of Fame induction on June 4th, the 46-year-old has announced he'll fight Mario Barrios for the WBC welterweight title on July 19th in Las Vegas. And according to those close to him, Manny wants to squeeze in 2 or 3 more fights before finally hanging up the gloves.
You know, Manny, for a lot of people, you are the greatest fighter in history, the only champion recorded in decades. When you beat Barrios, what does that say? Oh, it's a big thing for big thing for me.
But this is Manny Pacquiao we're talking about.
Manny, I think Rolly has the WBO 147 title. He says you're his legacy fight. Rolando, he says you're his legacy fight.
You can't teach speed, you can't teach power. It's God, from God. That's it. People can work on speed their whole life. They're not gonna be fast, man. They work on power, they're not gonna be strong.
Think about that. Pacquiao's trying to make history again almost 30 years after turning pro, fighting for a world title at 46 after barely a month of training. And he chose Mario Barrios, a 29-year-old monster, as his first opponent back.
Boxing, because there is serious noise now escalating that Manny Pacquiao is going to end that 4-year hiatus, and he is going to be granted an opportunity to be fighting for the WBC welterweight championship of the world against the current champion Mario Barrios. Try and put all that in a box, mate, and make some sense out of it.
Well, if you go back in time, 50 years, early 90s, George Foreman had to have something like 19 fights to
Get the
after
shot.
10 years away to come back and get the shot. And the late great, let's call him George Foreman, of course, because he passed recently, age 76. He earned that spot back. He fought Evander Holyfield. He fought Michael Moore and won the title in the end, to win the heavyweight championship back at the age of 45. Manny Pacquiao is 46. He's been given the step in by Mauricio Suleiman and the WBC, who are businessmen as much as sanctioning bodies. And I think in this instance, being a Pacquiao file as well, having covered him, like I said, for...
So what happened when the living legend and the young lion finally met face to face? Things heated up fast. As soon as they sat down, the atmosphere shifted. Manny was calm and smart, while Barrios was focused and fired up, ready to end the Pacquiao era. Barrios leaned in and said, with all due respect, "I'm not here for your legacy, I'm here to take what's mine." Manny smirked and replied, "I've seen guys like you before. You start fast, but fold under pressure." It didn't stop there. Barrios questioned whether Manny could last 12 hard rounds at his age, even mocking his training footage. "Your hands are fast, but your legs are gone." Manny didn't blink. Legs or no legs, I still hit harder than anyone you faced. It got real fast. By the end, only a table and maybe a prayer stood between them.
Nami-miss ko kasi yung boxing eh. Either exhibition, okay lang, pag mga exhibition lang. Yun lang. Pero sa akin, siyempre, as a boxer, gusto mong mag-world champion ulit. But I'm happy naman ako kung ano yung maging future ko, ano yung pinapabaya ko sa Panginoon. Baka, pagkalaban na po, hindi. No problem.
Pero sir, ano na ho ba? When we're leaving it out really open, come what may, or determined na tayo to return to the ring?
Cannot say determined na to return, but if there's opportunity, then pwede. Pero kung wala, happy na ako mag-doing an exhibition.
Now let's talk about that training video that exploded online. Just days after the fight was announced, footage of Manny hitting the heavy bag started spreading. His hands, still incredibly quick, that famous speed, still there, but his foot movement, not so much.
Wala ginawat na mamuba. Wala ginawat ako. Tight fit ba?
Fans didn't hold back. One person on X said, "His legs are gone, but that hand speed is still deadly." Another posted, "He looked exhausted just hitting the bag. Never seen Manny like this. Not a good sign." Others were harsher. We're about to watch a live execution. Sad, the truth is, Manny hasn't had a real pro fight in nearly 4 years. He's done a few exhibitions, including an embarrassing loss to Japanese kickboxer Rukia Ambo, but nothing compares to a 12-round war against someone like Barrios, and at 46, recovery just doesn't happen the same.
Degree, and then out of nowhere, the WBC decides they want their welterweight champion, Mario Barrios, to defend his belt against Manny Pacquiao. And about 7 to 8, maybe 9, 10 years ago, I would have said, hells yeah, if we had a Manny Pacquiao championship fight. But Manny's been retired for 4 years. He's 46 years old. His last fight was in 2021, and he lost to Ugas in a unanimous decision. I watched his exhibition bout against the kickboxer guy in Japan. That didn't look good. This is a bad idea. A really bad idea. And again,
Let's not pretend Barrios is just another young fighter. This guy is the real deal.
Mario, we got the win. How do you feel about your performance?
I felt alright about it. The eye, like, it made it hard to get my rhythm, to get my range down. But of course, you know, I'm gonna stay in there.
No excuses, but being sick didn't help. Story on the right. Being sick with the flu didn't help. You got it done, baby.
He's the reigning WBC welterweight champion, fresh off a dominant win over Fabian Maidana. He packs knockout power, has top-level footwork, and is hungry to prove himself. He's also appeared on huge cards, including the Netflix blockbuster headlined by Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. Barrios isn't just some rising star anymore, he's arrived. This matchup with Pacquiao is a perfect storm. Amir Khan, who sparred with both men, even warned publicly that Barrios is dangerous. Manny's taking a huge gamble. This isn't a soft comeback. Even WBC President Mauricio Suleiman admitted it's a massive fight. Pacquiao wants to retire with our title, but Barrios won't make it easy. This isn't a cushy farewell tour, it's all in, no holding back.
Boxer as well, future champion. Champion from 160 to heavyweight.
Wow. Yeah. I thought that was Manny Pacquiao for a second.
Everybody says that.
You get that a lot, Jamal?
Was that, sorry?
Like, you get that a lot? You do look like that?
Yeah. I mean, when I keep the beard, yeah.
That's what they okay. You remember. I remember. James, any advice for him? He's about to turn pro.
Hey, Manny Pacquiao Jr., he's up and coming. He will be a champion sooner than later.
And what do you think if him and his dad end up fighting on the same card like LeBron James?
Hey, what could be? Me and Pacquiao fight the same guy. Our son, Hip Jr. and my Jr. fight the same guy. Hell of a show, boy. It can't be stopped. What's up? Real fight on.
Are you excited about the fight?
Yeah.
Your dad, Barrios, you may turn pro on the card, right? Is that the idea?
Yeah, not for sure yet, but you know,
Hopefully it is.
Hopefully.
I think that would make history.
Yeah.
So your dad, how do you feel about the fight with Barrios?
It was good. I can see my dad's, you know, he's always stayed in shape. Year round, plays basketball year round, always running, you know, and all that. So I think it'll be a good one.
He's an icon.
What do you think about other people that are concerned? Your dad fighting at 46 and he knows what he's doing, right? He's up for it, but the people, the fans that love him so much, the media, they're all concerned. What do you think about that?
I mean, it makes sense, you know, like he's 46 now, and then like even me as his son, you know, like I love him, he's my dad, you know. There's also concern there, you know, but I believe in him, and yeah, he's shown us that, you know, he stays in shape year round and all that, so it's like weight's not gonna be a problem, fitness not gonna be a problem.
Bob Arum said once, a great fighter is like Haley's Comet, once in 75 years.
So why is Manny doing this? He's already wealthy, already a worldwide icon, and already heading to the Hall of Fame next month. Some say it's pride. Others think he wants revenge after losing to Ugas. Many believe it's about legacy ending. His career as a world champion. But when asked, Manny kept it simple. I still feel like I've got 2 or 3 fights left. I don't need a long camp. 30 days is enough. I'm ready. This isn't about money or ego. It's about finishing my story my way. He turned pro at 16, fought across for decades, and now aims to compete in a 5th. If he wins, he'll become the second oldest world champion ever, only behind Bernard Hopkins.
Pacquiao set himself up for that, to be knocked out like that by Marquez. So, 2 different animals. Yeah, the stories are similar where they coming from lightweights and going up and beating shit up, but the skill set is way different.
And we have a chance to eclipse Manny Pacquiao, or eclipse his legacy.
Yeah, you do. Cause he gotta. Okay, so look, anyway, I don't know how tall he is, but Pacquiao probably like 5'5" for real, like 5'6". Seen him before. Anyway, probably a little shorter, but where.
At first, Manny wanted this fight in Dubai. He has a golden visa there, a boxing museum, and a strong business network. He calls it his second home. But PBC pushed to keep the fight in the US, and now it's locked in at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Honestly, it's fitting. Pacquiao's greatest moments happened in Vegas, from De La Hoya to Hatton to Mayweather. This could be the last page of his story in the city where legends rise or fall.
Yeah, this is a big fight.
So they're gonna see a different Manny.
Yeah. I promise. As a head coach, of course, all the team fucking can work together with that. All the people, they have a comment that Manny is 46 years old, but I show you.
You know, Manny, people love him. He's the people's champ. He's 46. They're concerned that he's gonna fight again at 46. What are your thoughts on that?
No, don't judge the number. We just the punch. Manny Pacquiao still strong.
Manny Pacquiao is the best fighter in history, the only division champion, the only champion in 4 different decades. If he beats Barrios and becomes champion again, when he beats him, what does that say?
The stage is set. July 19th, Las Vegas. History on the line. Let's break it down. If Manny wins, he becomes champion once more. He enters the Hall of Fame the following month as an active world champ. It shuts down every critic, but if he loses, it could get ugly. Barrios won't hold back. He's coming to end Manny's career in the most brutal way possible.
147, kind of a weird spot right now. We're looking at Manny Pacquiao potentially facing Mario Barrios. What do you think of that fight?
Yeah, I think that, it's a very contentious subject. Like, people moaning about Manny Pacquiao. I think Manny Pacquiao is still good enough to beat most fighters in the top 20 at 147 pounds. He's clearly not the fighter that he once was. You're not going to be at that age. My problem is that he's been inactive for quite a long time. Like we were talking about.
If Pacquiao loses, he might make the same mistake Mike Tyson made. Remember when Tyson came back to fight Jake Paul? At first, it was all hype. All Iron Mike is back. Nostalgia. But when Jake dropped him and took the win, Tyson didn't just lose the fight, he damaged his legacy.
Mike Tyson, Jake Paul. What's your take on Jake?
Tyson's 58 years old. Jake fought a guy who was his age and who was also considered a boxer, and he lost.
He says he wants to fight Canelo.
I mean, it'd be a fucking 30-second payday for Canelo. Everybody's going to tune in to hope that Mike Tyson knocks him out. They're not tuning in because they think Jake Paul's a great fighter and they want to see him compete.
Just like that, the story changed. People stopped talking about Tyson as the youngest heavyweight champ. Instead, they talked about how Jake Paul beat a 58-year-old legend. Pacquiao is on that same risky path if he gets knocked out by Mario. Barrios, a younger, stronger, prime fighter. This comeback might turn into a joke. Instead of being remembered as the GOAT, people might say he should have stayed retired. That A-division title legacy, it could all be overshadowed by one bad night.
Foil there, Manny Pacquiao, getting back in the ring again for a world title fight.
Well, obviously, it has to be pertaining to any kind of money. It has to be financial. I mean, any fighter that comes back, especially from retirement, a guy like Manny Pacquiao, it definitely has to do with money. 1, 2. I think Manny Pacquiao, his C game is a lot better than anybody, a lot of guys' A game, even with the age. But you have to take into account the last time he stepped foot in that ring against Ugas. He didn't look good. He was outmatched by, a fighter, a younger fighter. Barrios is no slouch. Barrios is a young fighter, bigger fighter, knows how to, control distance very well. can punch a little bit. Like, he's no easy task for anybody in the welterweight division. And for Manny to come back after this long and to face a young guy like that is dangerous. And sometimes, these old legends